Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rare American Coins, where today we dive deep into the fascinating and intricate world of the 1985 Washington Quarter, a coin that holds not just monetary value, but carries layers of American history, craftsmanship, and hidden stories that many overlook when they hold it in their hands. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse features the iconic left-facing portrait of Washington designed by John Flanagan, a renowned sculptor and engraver whose design was selected from a national competition. His rendering of Washington was based on a bust created by the famous French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon, which was widely regarded as one of the most accurate likenesses of the first president. When the 1985 Washington Quarter rolled off the presses at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco Mints, it entered circulation during a fascinating time in American economic history. The early 1980s were marked by a recovering economy following a period of high inflation, unemployment, and interest rates under President Ronald Reagan's administration. The nation was experiencing a shift toward economic growth and renewal. The 1985 quarter reflects the national mood of optimism, technological progress, and the enduring strength of American institutions. To fully understand the significance of the 1985 Washington Quarter, we need to explore the evolution of the coin from its early days in the 1930s through the silver years and the transition to copper-nickel clad compositions in 1965 as silver prices skyrocketed and the demand for circulating coins increased. Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, which authorized the removal of silver from quarters and dimes, introducing the copper-nickel clad coins that remain in use today. The 1985 quarter is part of this post-silver era, made from a copper core sandwiched between two layers of copper-nickel alloy, giving it durability and resistance to wear. What makes the 1985 quarter particularly interesting for collectors and historians is not just its design, but the context of its production. Over 775 million quarters were minted that year in Philadelphia and over 500 million in Denver, making it a common circulation coin. But collectors know that rarity is not the only factor that determines a coin's value. Conditions, strike clarity, mint errors, and provenance all contribute to its desirability. Looking closer at the minting process, we find that the dies used to strike these coins were subject to wear and polishing over time, creating varieties that collectors seek. For example, strong strikes with full details on Washington's hair and the eagle, as feathers command higher interest, whereas weak strikes or coins with die fatigue are less desirable. Furthermore, the San Francisco Mint produced proof versions of the 1985 quarter specifically for collectors. These proof coins struck on polished plankets with specially prepared dies exhibit mirror-like fields and frosted devices, providing a stunning contrast and showcasing the artistry of the engravers. The Washington Quarter itself is rich with symbolism. The obverse featuring Washington's portrait conveys strength, dignity, and leadership. The reverse design, which remained until the state quarters program began in 1999, displays a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing America's readiness for defense and its desire for peace. The inscriptions "United States of America Quarter Dollar and E Pluribus Unum," meaning out of many one, encapsulate the ideals of unity and national identity. Beyond the physical design, the 1985 Washington Quarter also serves as a window into the cultural and political atmosphere of its time. America was engaged in the Cold War, a tense geopolitical struggle with the Soviet Union. The nation was also experiencing a cultural renaissance with the rise of new technologies like personal computers and the expansion of cable television and mass media. In this context, the quarter circulating through the hands of millions was not just small change, but a quiet symbol of American life, resilience, and progress. For collectors who specialize in Washington quarters, understanding the subtle differences between mint marks, die varieties, and grades is essential. The Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark, While Denver coins carry a small D on the obverse near Washington's ponytail, the San Francisco proofs are marked with an S. Collectors examine these details under magnification to spot double dies, repunched mint marks, and other anomalies that can significantly increase a coin's value. Grading is another crucial aspect of the 1985 quarter's collectability. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins on a 70-point scale, with coins in mint state 65 or higher being especially desirable. Brilliant uncirculated coins with no signs of wear, sharp strikes, and original luster are sought after by enthusiasts, while coins with scratches, bag marks, or discoloration are considered lower grade and less valuable. As we continue this journey through the history of the 1985 Washington quarter, we encounter the human stories behind the coinage, the mint workers who operated the presses, the engravers who crafted the designs, the inspectors who ensured quality control, and the countless Americans who used these coins in daily life. Each quarter carries a trace of these individuals, a small artifact of a vast national enterprise. We must also consider the international dimension of American coinage. In the 1980s, the US dollar was a dominant force in global finance, and the confidence in the currency was reflected in the strength of its coinage. The Washington quarter was part of this broader system, representing not just domestic transactions, but the trustworthiness and stability of the United States on the world stage. For a 2-hour exploration, we can dive even deeper into the economic factors affecting coin production during the 1980s, including the fluctuating price of metals, the advances in minting technology such as computer-aided die production, and laser engraving, the security features incorporated into coins to prevent counterfeiting, and the broader historical comparisons between the 1985 quarter and earlier or later issues. We can also explore the collecting community itself, the network of numismatists, coin shows, auctions, and publications that track the value and interest in coins like the 1985 quarter, the role of major grading services, the emergence of online marketplaces, and the shift from local coin clubs to global collector networks. These elements shape how coins are valued, appreciated, and preserved for future generations. In the end, the 1985 Washington quarter is much more than 25 cents. It is a miniature work of art, a piece of national history, and a reflection of the era in which it was made. By understanding its origins, composition, design, context, and the many human and economic factors surrounding it, we gain a richer appreciation for the everyday objects that quietly shape our lives. So stay tuned as we unfold even more layers of this remarkable coin, exploring mint records, collector insights, die varieties, historical connections, and the fascinating journey of the Washington quarter across decades of American life. From the minting presses to your pocket to the collector's cabinet, the story of the 1985 quarter is one worth telling in full depth and detail. Welcome back once again to Rare American Coins, where every coin has a story and every story reveals the enduring spirit of America.